Good morning, guys. Welcome to our Team Imagine Coffee Talk. And we just wanted to share some with you about coaching and answer some questions. We're not going to take up too much of your time. We'll keep it short and brief and give you guys time to ask questions at the end. So, my name is Sarah Davis. I have been a coach for 3 years. I'm a mom of 3. I'm a wife. I have a high schooler and then 2 elementary school kids. I was a hairstylist for 16 years and now I'm a full-time coach. I didn't start out with the intention of being a full-time coach, but that's just kind of where this has led me. And I'm super thankful because I get to be home with my little boogers, who you might hear in the background at some point to this morning. But I'm going to kind of interview Anna and Heather, and you guys can get a good glimpse because we all kind of have different stages of our lives, different backgrounds, and I'm sure you can relate to some part of somebody's story. So I'm going to ask Anna first. Can you tell us a little bit about your story?
Hi, everybody. Good morning. My story is, I've been coaching for a little over a year. So when I first started getting into coaching, I had just had my second son and I was a stay-at-home mom. I still am. And I had just gotten the okay from the doctors to start working out again. And I was doing country heat, but I was like isolated. I was really depressed. I was staying home all the time. I didn't really get out that much. I didn't really have anything outside of my kids. And, I had it in my head, like, how dare I feel that way? I'm living the life that I've always wanted. I have no right at all to feel depressed, feel sad, feel isolated. I made this decision, and the more I started working out, the more I got to know Sarah, the more she started telling me about coaching and how meeting people, from home, talking to people and staying accountable, which is huge for me. I always will start working out, but I never reach my goals because 3 weeks in, I'll be like, oh, I can skip this day. I can eat that cake. No one's counting on me and no team is counting on me. No, I didn't have never a group or anything. So it became super easy for me to quit. And that was my story. So when I started, so Sarah talked to me more about coaching. I watched some sneak previews and then I was in. I signed up and right off the bat, I joined the groups. I started talking to people and I started doing the personal development and it changed everything. It changed my whole outlook. I have reached my goal weight. I don't look like I had 2 kids. And I mean, everything about my life has completely changed and I still stay home with my kids every day. So it's pretty awesome. So that's kind of my story.
I can remember Anna literally messaging me in the hospital, like just delivered her second baby. It's like, okay, I need country heat. Somebody give me country heat.
Inspiration can be a gift.
Yes, exactly. So, all right, Heather, tell us about you.
Okay. Hi, I'm Heather. I guess my story's a little different. I guess more recent to being a coach and to Beachbody, I've been working out with the 21-day fix DVDs for, I can't even tell you how long. When did they come out? I think I've had the DVDs since it first came out, and that was kind of my beginnings of Beachbody. So I've always been pretty active. I love running. I've always been involved in different groups throughout the years, running groups, boot camps, things like that. But I guess due to like distance of where they're located, I'm out in Carroll County, which I know, I think Anna just moved out recently to the same kind of area. And it's a little harder to be involved in some things when you're kind of out there and you don't really have like a running group close or a good gym with a support group. So for me, I was kind of looking for that when I started talking to Sarah, and kind of got more involved in Beachbody, and I started Shakeology, which I actually love. I feel like every time I ever miss one, like just because I'm crazy busy and I don't have it with me, I'm like, oh my gosh, like you feel lost without it kind of. It's kind of I don't know, I feel like it's really helped me stay on track. But so just being where I'm located and stuff, like I really needed something that I could do at home but have support around me, because I've always been really good at working out and staying on track with that. But the eating part, I'm not so good at. So for me, this group has really, it's provided me with a way to be accountable for that. Like everyone's on here sharing, like, how's everybody doing with nutrition? The weekend's coming up. I keep thinking, oh gosh, Valentine's Day. Like, but I know, like, not only do I have like support to talk about like the temptations and what you can eat that's good and can keep you on track, but it's also everybody sharing recipes and things like that have really kind of helped me, like, and made me want to be more involved and share that with other people. I feel like it's really helped me gain confidence to do that. It's helped me change my cooking. Like I always loved to cook, but now I'm like, how can I do it healthier but still be yummy, and finding that and then sharing that. And I really feel like I have a passion for that, so I like sharing that with other people.
I'm talking to myself over here. I muted myself. Yeah, I'm always looking at your food, wanting you to come cook for me. Okay, so Anna, when you first heard of coaching, what were your initial thoughts?
Well, I definitely needed something, and I knew that this could work for me, and this might be what I had been looking for, but I was definitely very nervous about putting myself out there. Because of becoming so isolated, I only was posting pictures of my kids. Like, I don't even really have any before pictures of me because I didn't allow it. I was like, I hid from the camera. I hid from everything. I hid from Facebook, and putting myself out there and letting people in was hard for me. Talking to people was a little hard for me, getting out of my comfort zone, things like that. But let me tell you, the amazing response that I got when I started doing that, I was putting, like, it's not like I'm putting my political views on there or anything. Everything we put on there is positive. Everything we're putting out there is, it makes people's day. It really does. And that was that was hard for me in the beginning. And that was the only thing that held me back at first. But other than that, like, when I actually looked into what coaching really is, the groups, the team was huge for me. I love having a group of women around me that are all pushing each other, holding each other up, writing each other, sharing recipes, like Heather was saying. That is still big for me, because now we're friends. We're not even just like a team that we work with. We're friends. So yeah, that was pretty much the only thing holding me back. But once I got out there, it was like, wow, what the heck was I so scared of?
How about you, Heather? Did you have anything holding you back, or what were your thoughts? Oh, wait. Okay, go.
I think at first I was excited, but I was nervous because I was like, one, do I have enough time for this? I work a lot of hours. I've got, a decent commute. Like, where am I going to fit this in? But it just sort of does fit in, because it is your lifestyle. It's just sharing that with other people. So it's not really extra time. And I feel like, when I first started this, I felt like, well, I'm a little nervous because maybe I'm not as outgoing or necessarily, I don't think I was as confident at first, and I watched, it seems to come I felt like it came natural to some people to put themselves out there. But I think in listening to things that you've told me along the way, things like, the focus should be on on how this relates to me and my life and my story, and changing that focus to that kind of helped me. And I think I'm more fully engaged now that I understand it more.
So how do you fit it in? Because I know you work, 40 plus hours?
Yeah. Well, I
You're
think
very
the
focused.
only hard thing is I did start having to get up a little bit earlier, especially with the increased workout time. But after about like the first week, it's just become natural for me. Like I get up at 4, I read my book while I eat my breakfast and wait my half hour to work out. I think reading that book, that Miracle Morning book, it just really hit home for me, because here he's like, okay, you know, no matter what, every morning you could take, what was it, like 6 minutes for yourself. If nothing else, if you don't have the time, you could take a minute for exercise, a minute to read your book, a minute to like get your thoughts together about the day. And I'm like, you know, yeah, no matter what, I have that time. And even if it takes getting up an extra half hour, you know, I can still fit it in. You know, maybe my lunch break, I'm on Facebook a little bit to get that time in that I need for that. But, you know, it's still my time, and I enjoy doing it. So
Yeah. It doesn't seem like work.
no.
Never. So Anna, with you being home with two little kids, how do you fit it in?
Well, honestly, it's a lot like what Heather said. Like when at first, okay, so this past year has been super crazy for me. I've sold my old house, so getting that ready was fun. I like repainted the whole house, moved in with my parents, and moved the kids in with my husband. That was fun with my grandmother. Then we bought this house. So that all happened in like a year period. So we've been busy. But the thing is that this has turned into like my time, my me time. This has become, I've seen the benefits of how this has changed my life and my outlook, and my family, my husband's seen it too. So we've made sure that I still get it, because it's super essential for me. And, you know, like with anything else in life, if something means a lot to you, you figure it out. It
Yeah.
may take me a little bit longer to finish a workout because I'll have to pause it and do this or do that. And it is what it is. But I still push and get it done, even if I have to wake up earlier to read or do this, or stay up later to finish my reading or finish my work. I still make sure it gets done, because it's so beneficial to me.
Absolutely. So Anna, what has been the most beneficial part of all of this to you?
I can't think of just one, honestly. It's probably the friendships, but I mean, my overall outlook on life, like seriously, I was depressed. I was like on medicine, and I'm not anymore. And it was like, of course, the friends, my outlook on life, the way that I am, honestly, just who I've become. Like I'm not this angry, you know, screaming mother anymore. I'm more of like, I can sit down and talk. I have more patience with my 3-year-old and my 18-month-old, because it's hard.
Yes, it is.
I mean, my 3-year-old's way harder than my 18-month-old in my mind, but it's hard. It's hard to not argue with a 3-year-old, but you know, it's just the benefits. Like if you met me, was a year and a half ago, and then met me now, you'd know the difference right off the bat. It's just in every aspect of my life. And my husband is like, no, you have to keep doing this. Like you have like it's too good of a thing for you.
Absolutely. So. Yeah, I was going to say the personal development for you is the biggest change I've seen.
Yeah, by far.
What about you, Heather? Most beneficial thing?
I think 2 things. I think confidence, definitely. Learning that it's okay to put yourself out there, whether or not, you know, every time is a success or not, it doesn't matter. You know, there's wins and losses, and, you know, it's more about doing something that you love to do. I think that's kind of one of the benefits for me. And I think one of the most beneficial things is the accountability.
Right.
You know, like I know every day there are people that are going to be like, I did my workout. Did you? And I'm like, okay, yeah, I did. I know, everyone is busy. If, so, I'm looking at just Anna talking about, 3-year-old and an 18-month-old, she fit in her workout. She fit in her personal development time. Like, there's no reason that I can't too, that I can't make time for me every day.
Yeah, definitely. All right. You guys make me all excited and giddy. Love hearing your stories. So I am going to unmute everybody. And if anybody has any questions, feel free to speak up and ask away, and we will answer them to the best of our abilities. Anybody? All right, guys. Well, we are gonna, like I promised, keep this short and sweet. If you are watching this later, then just whoever sent this to you, ask them questions. Ask in our page if you're in our page, and we'll be more than happy to answer anything you have. Also, I encourage you to jump in. Personally, you can see that this has changed their lives. I know it's changed my life. And in my mind, the worst thing that can happen if you decide to jump in is you're going to meet some amazing women, make some amazing friendships, and get in really good shape. And that's like worst case scenario. And then best case scenario is you get all of that and you build this amazing business and you get to really change your life in other ways that maybe you can't do now with your current situation, or you just don't think is possible. So if you have more questions, like I said, reach out to whoever sent this to you, whoever gave you the link, and we'll be happy to answer your questions. We would love to see you guys in our team page and welcome you with open arms and meet you guys in person one day. So I'm going to wrap it up. I hope you guys enjoyed and have a good Saturday. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.